Very pleasant. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around the world, in the various time zone, from the studios of WINNFM 98.9 on your FM dial. We are locked and loaded for another presentation of Voices. It's Wednesday, the 4th day of October, and I'll be the host of today's program. But first, we pause to acknowledge our sponsors, without whom this program would not be possible, and we will engage in conversation on the other side.
Magnum. Take charge, take charge, take charge, take charge, take charge, take. Everybody put your Magnum in the air now. From you a drink Magnum, let me see. Take charge of things now your place now. From the river to the beach to the street. Hot Magnum when me have in a me hand there. He are a sipper, she tell me sweet. Look for me watch for your quick time check. Yeah. Right now a Magnum a for your beat. Enjoy yourself every day of the week with a Magnum. My life I forget sweeter. Must be 18 years and older to drink. Drink responsibly.
50,000?
$50,000?
$50,000? Win big with TDC. Win up to $50,000 cash in the TDC Mega Rewards Mega Raffle. To enter, you must be a Mega Rewards member or sign up to TDC Mega Rewards Loyalty Program. Shop at our TDC retail stores or online at shoptdcgroup.com to receive one entry for every $250 spent. Draws take place from July to November. Win $10,000 every month with your entry rolled over so you can win even more.
Yes, this is 50.
Terms and conditions apply.
Are you ready for the summer? Need a plan like no other. Stay connected when you're on the go.
Sign up for internet and get 1 month free, plus a chance to pay $0 for the rest of the year. Plus, get a chance to win free data, gas vouchers, $500 cash weekly, grocery vouchers, Fed tickets, and more.
Switch over to Flow.
Okay, this means we're back, and it's another wonderful, beautiful, most fantastic Wednesday here in my slice of paradise, St. Kitts Nevis. Of course, for those who've been paying attention, we've had some showers, we've had some thunder, we've had some lightning, we've had some incidents on the road in terms of when the strong winds and when, hits the various islands. We had farmers who've lost hundreds of fruit trees, bananas, various things, but still we have no reports of any loss of life, most importantly. I want to thank all the folks who would have taken time out to look for their elders, their aunties home by themselves in this bit of inclement weather. Philippe paid us a visit over the last 2 days, somewhat anticipated. Did not disappoint in terms of what was predicted, but we're here in the land of the kicking and counting our blessings. I'd like to send some shout outs to people like Patricia Blaze Wharton and the family up there in the UK, Petra Williams in Antigua, Jennifer Richards in Atlanta. I call it Hotlanta. It's not really hot at the moment. Catherine in Toronto, Rosemary Donald and Bag of Sugar in New York City, Dr. Mervyn Leader, Alfonso Bridgewater, Valentine Moniz, Ambassador Chris Collins. Yes, I gave him that designation. And more at home, we have Culture, Beulah, Sylvian Henry, the folks who make, this program tick over from time to time. Miss Pat, Leader Richards, taking care of business at the Grange down there, caregiver. And of course, Amber Richards over there in Anguilla before I get my head knocked off. Welcome to another episode of Voices. I don't have any guests in the studio today, so today we're going to have a little chit chat. I'm taking the topics and a cue from the public. I want to give thanks with all the folks who are grateful for what we endured and survived over the past, I would say, 36 hours in terms of 48 hours roughly. The strong winds, the thunder, the lightning, those who had to be on the road taking care of passengers or commuters going to work back and forth. I don't know of any negative incidents in terms of what could be accidents. I saw some footage of utility poles kind of leaning across the road, being held up by the cables. I saw a few incidents on the coastal area, the Bay Road area. We saw some trees being toppled in Independence Square. If that's the worst. Okay, we had a farmer who posted pictures of the damage done to his what we call the ground, the mountain ground. Lost hundreds of banana trees, papaya trees, etc. It's no easy task going out there, depending on nature to assist you in terms of good weather, rain, just adequate rainfall. And you're encouraged by all that because sometimes we are coming off droughts. And so we look forward for the rain. Sometimes people complain for the rain, and I say to them, no rain, no food. And they take the positive thing from that. But sometimes on the other end, the strong winds and rains can really devastate the efforts put out by farmers. And Chiefy, I'm sorry that you have to go under that. But most important in your life, and you're a young, strong, resilient person with a very positive outlook on life. So plan again. I also know you have some problem with the monkeys. But that's life. You're not a quitter, and we kind of sorry. I think we have a call on the line, so let's say good morning to our first call on the line. Welcome to Voices. Really? Good morning, caller. You're live on Voices.
Good morning, the King.
Mr. Brown, how art thou?
Oh, I'm not doing too bad for my age.
Talk to me about the
I'm enjoying the rain and the thunder. And
still at this moment.
yes, we're having rain and thunder still, and we're having more rain than what we had yesterday.
Cal Brown, I got soaked this morning. My socks are soaking wet. I had a presentation to make.
You did not get soaked.
Nah, well, I was home. I thought it best to stay home yesterday morning. But here now, I had a presentation to make at the Cooney building this morning. When I passed by there at 5 minutes to 8, 10 to 8, there were no vehicles outside. I said, oh, because it was postponed from yesterday morning. I'm supposed to be presenting from Monday to Friday. So I was called yesterday morning and told that it's postponed. So I was looking for an update this morning. Drove by there was nothing. So I'm downtown. There were no vehicles there.
Postponed that again this morning.
But here now,
like 7:30, from about 7:30, I live here in Shadwell, and I've been having rain since.
But here now, I went downtown, parking the Circus, did some business. I got a call, Socrates, are you almost here? I said, but I passed by there and there was nobody. He said, we were inside. But there were no vehicles from the taxi drivers up there. So I had to go up there, leave downtown, walk from the back of the Pelican Mall up to my vehicle in the rain, drove up there in the rain, parked and walking, soaking wet. Having done my presentation, I'm downtown and I'm getting wet again. So
yeah,
I normally say wet is good.
I'm talking to you here, it's raining in Shadwell still.
Yeah, but nothing really heavy. I saw some of the guts, as we call them, running, but not to the point where they affect traffic. It may get worse later on, but in the meantime, it's still very passable. And see smaller vehicles taking the chances, crossing those little guts like College Street, Market Street area. So we're still here. So talk to me.
Yes, the King. I am going to start off. I have three things that I want to discuss with you, and I think maybe some of the calling public may take up this topic.
Okay.
Well, two of them they will take up. One, I'm coming to the monkey now. May forget that. One, many parents are complaining the vulture that the government said they were giving out the 250 for children. Many of the parents are complaining they haven't seen or heard anything of it yet. And it was supposed to be given out, what we was told, for the 40th anniversary of independence. And the parents them want to know how many children in the home that they have going school are entitled to this 250.
Meaning like in the one
some
household?
parents complaining they have 3, they have 4, they have 5, up to 6 children still going to school. And how much of these children are going to be entitled to this voucher of 250?
Voucher. Was it set per household or per child? Did they say per household or per child? That's instrumental in,
Yes, the parents want to know because many of the parents are complaining all the children live with them. Some of them are saying they have 3, 4, 5 children live with them, are going to school still.
Okay.
And how much of them are entitled? Because a few weeks ago, I was listening on the mark, and one of the ministers said that only 2 children per household would be entitled to this voucher.
Okay.
Right, so we want to know here, the parents want to know in St. Kitts, how many of the children are going to be entitled to this voucher. And I am one of the viewers, Socrates. If you're giving something, give it. And we have a saying throughout most of the countries in the world, no child must left behind.
Okay.
So if somebody have 5 children going to school, all 5 should get it. We shouldn't left none behind.
I hear you.
Because remember we have that quote,
Yeah, no child left behind.
In this quote, that quote is thrown out the window now. Something is to give to the children, them.
Well, you're asking, so there's been no definitive answer. You said on Mark's show they mentioned 2 child per household.
Yes.
Is that the set policy for both St. Kitts and
Well,
Nevis?
that's what I'm asking. Is that the same policy for St. Kitts? And how much children per household in St. Kitts, the parents want to know, are entitled to this voucher?
Okay. Good question. Next point.
Yes.
Let's hear you.
The other thing is, since Labour government is in again, the last Labour government, we lost our free visa to Canada under Dr. Denzel Douglas as the leader. Dr. Denzel Douglas is now in another Labour government, and he's the Foreign Affairs Minister. So I am calling on Dr. Douglas. Now you have a chance before you retire. Please to clear that free visa thing.
Access.
Now you can go and meet with the Prime Minister of Canada, and you are the Foreign Affairs Minister. Please repair that damage that you done when you was leader of the Labour Party, and now you're the Foreign Affairs Minister.
Was it his fault?
That we can get back our free visa access to Canada.
What do you mean by repair the damage he done? Was it his fault?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's his fault as the leader of the country. Back then. He's now in another Labour government again. Yes, it is a new government in Canada.
Well, he's Minister of Foreign Affairs, so that's beyond his portfolio.
He's Minister of Foreign Affairs, and he's the right person to repair the damage that he has done. So, Dr. Douglas, we are asking you, please to repair this damage of getting back St. Kitts Nevis visa-free access to Canada before you retire.
Okay.
As the Foreign Affairs Minister, you have all the time in the world. You have another 4 years. And I'm sure you should be able to work some of your magic and being well known throughout the world and still active in politics and still in a government, that you can repair this and work some of your magic and get us back our free visa access
You are forgetting,
to Canada as the Foreign Affairs Minister.
You are forgetting that the same gentleman enacted legislation to ban the practice of obeah in St. Kitts Nevis. You forget that?
Yes.
But you want to know work magic?
Well, he can work some his magic.
Do you have a next point? We may have a next call.
Yes, the next point. I am calling on the new agricultural minister because he complained that he had a chance to do a budget last year and he do a boxer matches budget for agriculture. And then he come and complaining enough is not there to do all the things in agriculture. So, Honorable Agricultural Minister, you have another chance again. You have the time. This is the time now you all go out and all you discuss and preparation for the upcoming budget for next year. Please don't come back with no boxer matches, money for agriculture. You all are claiming that by 2025, forget the word and all, they want this thing to happen.
To reduce the import thing by 25%.
Yes, import, yes. And with the kind of boxer matches budget all you just give agriculture, please not this year, Mr. Duggins. We gave you a break for last year because you had just come in August. You had a whole year and months. So please give agriculture $100 million this year. If all you truly want to reduce the import price
25%
and cost for importing things into St. Kitts Nevis, Mr. Samuel Duggins, I am calling on you to put forth some of your nice, fine words, because he could talk fine, you know, the king.
I hear you.
Your nice, fine words and some of your nice, fine, magical programs. Please, we are asking you to put forth $100 million for agricultural budget this year.
Thank
if
you.
If we truly want to push agriculture forward. And to the monkey, Mr. Samuel Duggins, those little nonsense are you coming up with, both electrical fence and chopping monkey. Monkey are so intelligent. Monkey hardly going to chops them. And the fence, the monkey, they might jump over the electronic fence. Please, I'm telling you all to bring back the mountain rangers. We have a lot of retired police officers. We have a lot of retired soldiers. Or you're bringing back all kind of people in the 70s and giving them big jobs. Well, give these retired officers, soldiers, army, prisoners, firemen. They have weapon training. Set them out as mountain rangers and let them get some income and reduce the monkey population. Because the king, as I always say, if the monkey not have an election, the monkey would win with a landslide. We wouldn't even get a supervisor job in the monkey government. Because how much monkeys we have.
Brown. Have a nice day.
Gone.
Have a nice day. We got about 17 minutes down past the 11 o'clock. Are we due for a station break at this point if we have no call? So we go straight downtown, we give Caesar his due, and we'll be right back. Carl Brown, his monkey government.
It's TDC for me, TDC for we. Neighbor, partner, your family. The best is yet to come, believe me. Moving forward, moving with. Hey, TDC serve the nation with the best customer experience. TDC, you are the one for we. Happy anniversary.
Together we succeed, building on strong community, resting on word to one destiny. One love, one family. Together we succeed. Let the whole world see. Yes, this is 50.
Are you ready for the summer? Need a plan like no other. Stay connected when you're on the go.
Sign up for internet and get 1 month free, plus a chance to pay $0 for the rest of the year. Plus, get a chance to win free data, gas vouchers, $500 cash weekly, grocery vouchers, Fed tickets, and more.
Switch over to Flow.
Campari, grapefruit, easy fi we. Brother, he no hard it, easy fi we. Campari, in a cup, easy fi we. Brother, he no hard it, easy fi we. Add the Campari with the grapefruit soda. That easy, bitter had the pre. Simple mixer, easy 1 3. Campari, grapefruit, that easy fi we. Fi mix a Campari grapefruit, add 1 part Campari. to 3 parts grapefruit soda. Drink at the bar, on the beach, or when a girl reach. Must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink responsibly.
Welcome back to Voices. Still saying good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. In the various time zones around the world, welcome to another presentation of Voices. My name is Socrates, host of this program. And the lines are open. Give me a call. Let me know how Philippe treated you, how you fare during the last couple of days with the thunder, the rain, the lightning. And we have a caller as we speak. Good morning, caller. You're live on Voices.
Hi, good morning, the King.
With respect, good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you today?
Splendid. I'm wet. I'm soaking wet, but I'm splendid.
Well, yes, we have to do what we have to do. I had a call yesterday. It was cancelled, and I'm at Winston Hill as we speak. Just had an
Beautiful. The
opportunity.
view must be great. You're actually on tour?
Well, once requested, you know.
Okay. Yes, of course.
I listened to your program, and I listened to the comments of the general public that this forum is a public forum, is open for all. And one would voice the concern as to the duration of time that any individual would take.
Yep.
But I'm wondering if that is a fair comment, because some individuals, and me myself, I have been calling with the program ever since Tony Frederick was hosting the program.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say to myself, I like to do things in modesty. So even though I might have an issue and I want to call in, after I call in once or twice, I would not call in the third time
Appreciate
or the
that.
fourth time.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's always another day. I'm not going to die now. And even if I die tomorrow, today, that's so be it. But I don't feel like my time is exhausted, that I don't have any more time, so tomorrow is not another day. That's the way I approach things.
Okay.
But I wondering if it is a fair comment. I'm wondering if it's just persons only want to silence certain people's voices. Well, I could tell them that my voice would never be silenced. And if it's that some persons are saying things that their conscience are being pricked, so be it. It speaks that they have a conscience that can be pricked. And they must listen to what we have to say, like how they listen to everyone else. We all have a contribution to make. Like I said, modesty. And if I am not modest, persons will have all rights to really discipline me, because I must have modesty. I must know that I cannot hog the program for myself, because other person's voices need to be heard, just like how I want my voice to be heard.
Understood.
That said,
Yeah.
the King, I want to speak a little bit more about what President William Ruto of Kenya said. And he has given the green light by the United Nations with a vote of 15-2, 2 abstentions, Russia and China, but Brazil and Ecuador and Gabon and Mozambique and Ghana, to name a few, Malta and other countries in the 2013 voted for that resolution to go through. After all, you asked a question the other day. You wonder why the Haitians are stopped at the borders of trying to go to the greener pastures. Have you watched the little clip with the little sister, the gymnast? Who,
Yes.
And it's not restricted to Haitian. Have you watched the little gymnast?
I watched it.
Almost 18 months, the King. That video came out, and someone brought it back to the fore, and it's only then they see fit to apologize to
A
the little
lukewarm
goddess.
apology. A very lukewarm
is what
apology.
I am- That is what I am talking about. Even the innocent gymnast was deprived of a medal. What to say for Haiti? They will want to see us live like how Haiti is living. Where, the little innocent 13-year-old child, girl might be raped tomorrow or tonight. So someone got to bring semblance to it. Someone had to take the bull by the horn, so to speak. Some one of our leaders had to stand up and say, no, for far too long. And how it's going to be done, I don't know. Because the gang and whatsoever, this deviant guys, they know Haiti in and out. And so for foreign persons to go there, and mind you, the king, I don't want...
Are you there? We may have lost contact with that last caller. We apologize.
Yes.
Are you there? Okay, go ahead.
Yes. I want this mission to be spearheaded by us because we can do it. And listening to William Ruto speaking to the international stage, he said the other day in a speech, if in 2007 or whatever when the world crashed, the world economic crash, if they didn't fix it now, any foreseen crashes in the economy, they cannot fix it now. They did not fix it then, they cannot fix it now. It's who going to show them how to fix it. And so we have to assume ourselves leadership at that level to try to help our sisters and brothers in Haiti. Because there are 11 or 12 million, and you don't want them to open up the band gates to be rushing to sink it and leave it, as we are crying here, because we can only take so much of them. When they can stay in their own land and do best and do good, just like how any one of us are doing in our own respective countries,
Okay.
our own respective territories. Thanks for listening.
Thank you for your contribution. Are there any callers at the moment? Okay. No? Okay. The last caller was alluding to the fact that Kenyan troops, will be going to Haiti to assist with the the gang warfare. The request was made by the U.S.-backed president of Haiti. He actually installed. And there are people who are very suspicious of that because when the UN troops go there, they commit atrocities that's not really complimentary from the UN. Let's take this call. Caller, good day, you're live on Voices.
Good morning, the King.
Good morning, sir. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. The King, I heard in the news this morning that Mayor Motley, if she received a position or she's being considered to be, I can't remember the title, something to do with the United Nations. But the King, for me, right, I have questions when it comes to these things because there's a pattern. There's a pattern that I've been paying attention to. Now, when Barack Obama took the White House, there was a
perception.
Yes, there was a recession. Now, I mentioned to one of our elderly here over the phone that there's a British commissioner to Nigeria, Carolyn Chung, who have offered Nigerians free scholarship to come and study in the UK for free. And after finish their studies, they stay and work for the British government because these were the commissioners were because there's a brain freeze in the UK. Now, what does that say to me? In my opinion, the brain freeze is that they need we, young African brains, to develop technology to suit them. Now, Barack Obama took the White House for 8 years during the recession, and there are those who would say that he fixed the economy then. We're looking at the lady from Nigeria who is the head of WHO, I think. Her name is an African name that I can't pronounce unless I look at it. And now we're hearing this in the news with Mayor Motley. The King, for me, we got to be careful. I look at a gentleman who is a top official at the Pentagon, Lloyd Austin. And there are other black figures who are being pushed onto these positions, but not recognizing that there is a gender putting them in these positions. Are you following me?
I'm listening. Lloyd Austin is the Secretary of Defense for the U.S. government.
Yeah. Now, what we have to realize, and as the first caller said, they are incapable of fixing the havoc that they have caused. There's no doubt about it. The question for us now, how much power do we have when we receive these positions? Our leaders I'm referring to, and even our voices. The first caller, myself, the second caller and myself and others. Because we are paying attention, we know their footprints on this planet, the king. And I am condemning it. I am not hating on them. I am condemning it. I want it to be thrown in their faces. Yes, me, I want it to be thrown in their faces. Because they have caused havoc everywhere they go on this planet. The gentleman spoke about what is happening in Haiti. I mean, even Canada, the king, who act as if they're innocent, Canada is doing damage on Haiti. So we have to ask the question that our political leaders, when they receive this position, what can they do to bring that change that this whole human race need? Because, like I was saying to Island T early this week, the king, the interview with Richard Madeley and the Guyanese president, the TV host in the Good Morning Britain. A lady was next there with him on the interview, and his behavior, she didn't even say, you don't speak to a head of state like that. No, maybe she couldn't have said it to him right there because the camera was rolling. But it goes beyond all that to say, look at this, look at them, look at the behavior. And the president really shut him down. And kudos to the president. Because calm and collective, he just maintained and just shut him down. Okay. Satan cannot go against Satan, the king. We are fulfilling scriptures, but we need to recognize our role in this book.
I would believe that Mayor Motley would know what role she have to play. I don't think she's anyone's puppet. So while you're questioning, like maybe why they're giving, is it a way to silence her, etc., etc., I have enough faith in Mayor Motley based on what she's presented so far that she knows exactly what role she will have to play.
Well, you see, the king, I agree with what you're saying also, but the thing is, right, remember, whenever a position comes from them, they have an agenda. They are capable of using...
We have taken whatever leeway they have given us, if you want to use that terminology, and prove to the world we are more than capable to deliver.
Well, you see, now we are watching, and let's hope that she would deliver. It's almost like saying, looking at Putin, right? Putin in the corner of the Sahel region of those military leaders. Now, are we to say, let us give Putin this opportunity to prove himself? Because when Russia gone to...
we know Putin's track record. It's different to what you're saying about they're allowing Nigerian students to study in the U.S. because it's like a brain drain. It happened in the Caribbean. They take on nurses, our educated population, and assimilate them in their societies. So the region, St. Kitts Nevis, Grenada, we will spend thousands, hundreds of thousands, if not millions, to educate our people. And then they put out this thing, we need nurses, we need teachers, we need this and that. And those are the ones who are giving visas because they need that talent there, so the region suffer brain drain. Yeah, I understand that.
In reality, the king, they're going through a brain freeze. They're going through that. They are experiencing it, and they need us. But I'm saying also that we are the peacemakers. We are the inventors.
We should take every opportunity.
Nothing is new under the sun. So we invent and we created everything. They have amplified our technology over time in this modern world. But in reality, we are the inventors, the king.
Okay, sir.
But we need to recognize our authority. I mean, the whole thing is that, you see, they rule with the guns. And like I've asked the question the other day, where would they be without the guns? We experienced something on social media at Montgomery Riverboat site the other day. That our people are now fighting back. Where would they be without their guns, the king? Anyway, I'll pause for now and let someone else call in.
Much appreciated. 662-0989 gets you in on the conversation. We having this call. Okay. 466-0989 gets you in the conversation. And we go back to the phone lines. Good morning, caller. You're live on Voices. Good day, caller. You're live on Voices. Okay, that didn't quite work out. Rosemary, thanks for tuning in. The situation where the last caller was describing where African students are now being offered free education in the U.S., there are many ways to look at that. When we were, and I'm going along with this thing here, allowed to play tennis, because we couldn't play tennis, we took that opportunity and demonstrated that we can be as good or better than any other person. So whatever opportunities are open to us, whether from the region, sometimes we don't like it because it's a brain drain on these islands, having paid to educate your people. They snap them up. And they offer bigger salaries, better salaries. It's just for us to take advantage of those opportunities. Okay? So let's go to the phone lines. Good morning, caller. You're live on Voices.
Good morning. Greetings and love in the name of the sincere magic the entire class. Yeah. That's all right. This is what I gain.
Yes.
Yes, my people. My people, I have so much love for you because we are the same. And, you know, recently someone was saying, we don't need to get into the nuclear energy because one nuclear bomb blast could damage
the entire planet,
to the earth, which is very true. But one thing we also have to look upon is the level of intimidation through colonialization. That is what they have the diaspora and the leaders of the diaspora, the African diaspora, timid because they have all these big bombs.
Great point.
That could do so much damage, and they could come with their guns and their armies in great number.
Intimidation.
We have the greatest number on the earth, Africa. So all we have to continue to do is to harness our resources. They have their big nuclear weapons. We're supposed to get our big nuclear weapons too, not per se to let them off, to arrogantly destroy nature and people and the earth, but to remind the masses upon the earth among us that we ready for you if you want to continue intimidating us, because we're not going to live timid anymore, because that is preparation. And imagine they have us so timid that they are so ruthless. They go into our country, take our resources, make products from our resources, and sell it back to us who it belongs to. These are the ridiculousness we have to put a stop into. These people only getting away with this thing, with this thing. Like France have so much francophone countries under control, and the loot law is still on the book in Zimbabwe. The word loot means to steal, and there is a law on the book in Zimbabwe by the name of the loot law. People from Europe could go to Zimbabwe and just invade people's privacy and personal possession. That is on the book. That is what England. That is the kind of prestige England.
They rule by the gun.
Zimbabwe under for so long, and that right still on the book. I don't know if the recent leader have removed that as yet, but just before he got into power, that law was still on the book. Imagine the ridiculousness of colonialism within our constitution. How many laws has been changed since the constitution of slavery? How many laws? So these are the things we have to get together and dialogue with our leaders on the continent, those who have likewise concept like I'm speaking, and the leaders in the African diaspora. Yes, we does not want to blast to damage the earth or to destroy life. But at the same time, we have to stop being set over with our own heritage, our own patrimony, our own culture, and the ones to eliminate our history from our interest, because history is the reality of the past, and all the answers to the questions of the present is in the past.
All right.
Because anytime you want to know something, you have to go back. Let me see what happened yesterday that is causing the effect today. So we have to start to study more of who we are and understand, overstand, and understand our values. Enough respect, my brother, one love, Jah guide and protect. Remember, the African biomineral balance is what we need to sustain our physical being, because we are special people. I am Ras James. Myself and my wife, Empress Damaris, we are herbalists. We cure all and any disease. Doesn't take us lightly. We are students of Dr. Sebi, even the vaccine we're taking out to people. You understand?
Respect.
So whatever the doctors with their PhD did not get the opportunity, we're going to sharpen them, because they deserve the opportunity to serve the people. But they're being deprived of that right to scientific and man's perception. You see?
Gotcha.
So we have to get back to reality and get back to tradition. That's where we belong, right?
Thank you very much.
Tradition, and we have to sharpen the doctors and the nurses so that they can.
Hello, are you there? We have lost our caller. I want to thank you, caller, for your letting your support towards the African struggle. We apologize for that disconnection, but it happens from time to time. Any other caller currently on? Oh, let's go downtown. We have one more caller. Okay, after this we go downtown. Okay. Good day, caller. Live on Voices.
Good day, the king.
How are you doing, sir?
I just mentioned Lan Tennant.
Yes.
The black woman win US Open before Serena and Venus.
In the 30s.
Yeah, I believe she named Wilma Randall.
In the 30s, yes.
And then we had Arthur Ashe.
Yep.
Then after Arthur Ashe, we have an African, but representing France, Yannick Noah.
Correct.
After these two black men, the more black men come to the fore, like how the women them. Presently now, we stop drinking Moyla, you know. We drinking cocoa. Yes, up the champion. Respect, man, I
hear you. All right. We appreciate. Now we're going to take a pause and give credit to our sponsors, without whom this program would not be possible.
If you need protection, you need one who you can trust. To secure your investment, you need one who'll do you just. TDC Insurance, you're the one that you can trust. TDC
Insurance is your go-to insurance company for all your insurance needs. We take pride in offering you the best solutions and ensuring our customers are fully satisfied. TDC Insurance, we take good care of you, guaranteeing you peace of mind. You're always safe with us.
Are you ready for the summer? Need a plan like no other. Stay connected when you're on the go.
Sign up for internet and get 1 month free, plus a chance to pay $0 for the rest of the year. Plus, get a chance to win free data, gas vouchers, $500 cash weekly, grocery vouchers, Fed tickets, and more.
Switch over to Flow.
It's 11:45 and it's another beautiful Wednesday. Based on the first caller, it was actually raining downtown. And let's see what this caller have to say. Good morning, caller. Your live one voices.
Good morning again, the king.
I was just saying that you said it was raining in Shadwell. So has anything changed?
We just stopped, but we having constant rain. It just stopped for a couple of minutes and then
Any strong winds?
come again.
Any strong winds with it?
No wind.
So have you lost
This
any trees?
morning we had some thunder, but we ain't having no more thunder. Early this morning we had some thunder, but we ain't having no more
Okay,
thunder
so
now.
things are clearing up?
We're just having constant rain.
Beautiful. Talk to me.
Yeah, the king.
So
I am coming to the Haiti situation. The leaders them just went to the UN. They had the discussion on Haiti. We just heard now again they went down to Grenada for 2 days, had discussion again on Haiti. Now we are hearing that the Canada Prime Minister invites all the Caribbean leaders up to Canada next month to discuss Haiti again. What rubbish and nonsense these people doing? Wasting our tax dollars.
how so?
Because it's years. Years, the king.
Which means
Every
it's a very complex problem. Which means it's a very complex problem.
The king, how ain't complex for Kenya? I now hearing that Suriname now join the flow back in Kenya to send troops and all kind of thing there too. These are people doing something about it, the king. They're not talking. They put in the action. They put in the money further than the mouth. All we have here in the Caribbean is just these leaders meeting every year is a different problem. Go down there and solve the first problem. Up to now, they can't solve the first problem, and that is why I keep saying the king.
Which is the first
dance
problem?
Dance a yard before you dance abroad.
Which is the first problem, Caldwell?
The king, the first problem is just similar to the present problem. Right? The present problem is that the gang has taken over almost the whole of Haiti. Right? Everybody is scared, including the government. Now, the king, is a simple matter. When we had the Grenada with Maurice Bishop, them forces went in to eliminate that problem. We had other problems in the Caribbean. Caribbean sending a Caribbean force along with other bigger nations. That problem, those problems
We
are eliminated.
also did a similar thing. We sent a contingent to Haiti. We did that before.
Listen, the contingent they have is like watchman. It's a watchman contingent they send.
Carl Brown,
they did nothing. They were like peacekeepers.
Carl Brown.
They did nothing.
Carl Brown.
Yes.
The Americans went into Haiti and kidnapped a democratically elected leader, took him out of his country, and replaced him with a puppet.
Yeah, I know of that.
That's part of the problem. And the people are rejecting what they have. The current president has been put there by the Americans. He's the one asking them to send help. It has to be more than that. They're not just people just creating gangs.
We have many problems, Haiti got. But why I'm saying the
There
king,
are governments who are raping the resources of Haiti, and we're not being told that. The people they are not standing for that.
Caribbean government
So the establishment that's there, appointed by the US government, is not popular. It's not popular. It's an ongoing struggle. It's rape of the country's resources. And the people are protesting. You have 4 countries out of the 54 African countries who are standing up and saying, no more. And they talk about sanctioning them, they talk about attacking them, but the 4 have banded together and say, you attack one, you attack all. And so those governments who want us to stand behind ECOWAS and push our resistance, you know what I mean? It's a revolution. They're saying we will not take any more European or American puppet leaders to control our resources. And what's happening in Haiti, you don't have a democratically elected leader because the last one was taken out.
Yes.
And the powers that be are imposing puppet leaders. The people don't feel they have a say. So we take the foreign press, all the gangs, and the gangs, there is a reason why the people are revolting and controlling certain areas. It's not because they want to be criminals robbing people. It's more than that. So they're suspicious of the Kenyans coming in because they figure it's still on the guise of the UN. We know when the UN went in there some years ago, they were raping the children.
That's why I don't. That's why you don't.
They were raping the children over there. Pedophiles. Even the churches were engaged in that. When Monsanto sent out seeds for them, they dumped the seeds in the water because those seeds do not reproduce. They're not stupid. They're not stupid. There are people involved in a struggle. But we don't understand that because all information we need is not provided for us. All we get is that negative picture of Haiti as the pain for us about Africa. So there's always a story behind the story.
And that is why I'm saying, King, and I will continue to say, all of these jokey cartoon organizations that our governments them are signing us on to, OAS, OECS, CARICOM, they are cartoon organizations. Just a lot of talk. The cartoon even got more action than them because we don't enjoy the cartoons. We ain't enjoying these organizations. Because all they're doing is talking, wasting the tax dollars. And no action behind it.
Calvo.
No, you just come out the UN. You just come out of Grenada. See a month, you know. No, next month they're going to Canada because they are invited to talk about the same country problem. The King, what I want to say, and I'm going to continue to say, get a Caribbean force in there with all these organizations that we have. Other countries on board willing to send in forces with them, but they want the Caribbean to take the lead at this moment. Stop talking and start acting.
I think the problem lies with the puppet leadership in place, right? That's not representing the interests of the man on the ground.
Right, and that is why I call them jokey organization, and our leaders are jokey leaders too.
All right.
They're gone.
Okay, Mr. Brown. I do appreciate your perspective and the folks who called with the whole thing about Haiti, but let me see what my good friend here to say. We had a call where a contribution said that there was no rain in the Bladens area, even though there's in the other areas. Let's hear what this next call have to contribute. Good day, caller, 11 voices.
Hello, good morning, the King. How you like the weather yesterday? Hot, hot, hot.
Was it hot yesterday?
No, so you do like it hot. Good, good, good then. Not hot, hot, hot.
Some people will call that weather for leather. How did it go for you?
Yes, I'm agree with Carl Brown. 500%. Haiti thing is a long talk. America, I don't know where Haiti got resources down there, said good resources. Put in the people and fight that they could go in there with the boat and pull out the people and resources.
Well, that is correct, Bernice.
Yes, everybody know that.
That is correct.
They used to find How they used to find option for other countries. How they went Grenada in 83 when they had
You
the
destabilize a country and then coming on a rescue mission. That's what they're doing.
Yeah. And then doing this, they're glad of that. They know we're going down. And because this thing happened with the guy the other day, look, they take out Aristide, and they say, yeah, with him. And when you look, they tell this guy who take over, they kill the man.
Yep.
Because the man say, I want a vaccine. They say, to disturb the people, and they have enough resources like bush and stuff for the people to use, because they believe in the African long-time story. Mm-hmm. And that's what happened. They ain't want you about just in America. They always say people say going to fall, and they going to fall, Even me, you dead and gone, you come and dead and going to fall, because they got too much packing up too much of wickedness. I like how the people, I like right now, the king of the people running out of some part of Africa, running out the France people.
The French out of Africa. But there are a lot of manipulation behind that. We've had attempted coup on the leaders of the so-called coup. It's a revolution.
Oh.
It's a revolution. It's a new day, a new thinking. The younger people are saying we've had enough of those puppet governments installed here to still favor the interests of the colonizers. They've had enough. Right. And even though there are only 4 countries coming together out of the 54, something has happened. And as Johnny was saying, the time has come.
You think you're going to take 3 taxis, and you buses a safari, and you know what you do? You see the idea, you got it in front of you. You know how you're going to make it, you run one to other people, your people, and you see the thing, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, you're going to let somebody come in and say, oh, no, where is that? They got 5, They're going to say, but how are you in emergency? How are you emergency? How are you going to make out?
Got your point.
Because they want you to back down for them to get the 3 where you got.
Got your point.
Certain people, let me tell you, psychology not so high. I beg them let people alone. Be too high.
And then they use the mass media to misinformed, because we believe once we read the article, it's accurate and it's true.
No.
I had a taxi driver some years ago on a tour. I heard him telling his passengers that they were right to kill off the Indians because they were savages. And I jumped in and said, well, what do you think they're calling you? That's because we believe everything taught to us in our schools. Now, the Sunday school had its purpose. It was good. But all that misinformation that we still live with, we need to re-educate ourselves.
That's what I was saying. And the other day I was saying some nursery. I said, look how they used to fool us. And we just saying it and I laugh. Because England come here with the just foolish nursery. We didn't know better. Our parents was. And they just take it and run with it and they hand it down to us. And we think it was and we hear God bless America and we think it was true.
Yeah, but hear this now. I just said nursery rhyme. I'm going to be a bit funny right now. We got about 3 minutes before we wrap up. There was one that taught us in school. The Owl and the Pussycat. Remember that?
Yeah.
How you go? Tell me now. Correct me if I'm wrong. The Owl and the Pussycats went to sea in a beautiful penguin boat.
Yeah.
They took some honey and plenty of money wrapped up in a 5-pound note. The owl looked up at the stars above and sang with a something guitar. What did he sing? Oh, beautiful pussy. Pussy, my love. What a beautiful pussy. What is? Am I wrong? They taught Socrates that in school. Oh, beautiful pussy. Pussy, my love. What a beautiful pussy you are. What a beautiful... Children, the teaching us that in school.
Here side checking you. Next thing again before you go. I know you'll come back follow from lunch, but this thing how they deal with the girl in England, I think they should handle it with the guy here. This was real. We ain't hear the girls we and so much. This was awful.
Which girl in England?
Huh?
Which girl in England are you talking about?
The thing we had there with the ambassador and whatever.
Oh, I'm not really versed with that, so I don't want to comment. I don't have all information. Until I
well,
better versed in what happened, I really can't comment on it. But
I
you know,
need to handle differently afterward and stuff.
okay.
But this guy, he showed them, we need to get, they ain't understand, you have to have respect whether you just a little error.
The
but
fact that
boy,
he apologized is good enough for me because we don't know how we will react when our children are being attacked or put in danger. Instinctively, as a parent, you're gonna go on bad. He had the presence of mind to apologize, and that's good enough for me.
Don't you think he should have involved the police first?
He has security
looks
there.
bad and
He has
bad and
security
you
there.
have to wait bad.
Yes, I understand, but we have bigger fish to fry. You understand?
It looks shameful. One in a row. Ain't him a good week, a month done yet this sort of thing happened. They better clean up their corner.
Anyway,
As we were saying
we
this morning,
have to
they
pause
need
now
to
for the
clean-
midday newscast, so we'll continue the discussion after. I thank you for your contribution as we now pause to entertain the WINNFM's midday newscast.
You found the sound. 98.9. Win FM.
We now bring you the headline news. The headline news is brought to you by Caribbean Alliance, KDP Enterprises, The Grange, and Carib Brewery.
With over a century of perfection behind the Mackeson name, a smooth blend with perfect balance and richness, it's no wonder Mackeson Triple Stout has a legacy of perfection. Enjoyed the world over. Introducing our new look with the same great taste. Mackeson. All hail the king.
Please drink responsibly.
Shipping your cargo shouldn't be a hassle. It can be as easy as a single call to Amerijet International, your worldwide cargo transportation solution. We provide all the services you need to ship your goods anywhere in the world, whether your shipment is fresh, frozen, large or small, alive or hazardous. You can count on Amerijet to deliver it safe and sound. Amerijet International, by land, sea or air, we get it there. For more information, visit us online at www.amerijet.com or call us at KDP Enterprises at 466-9595.
When it comes to the important things in life, your health, your education, your choice of a life partner, and of course your insurance provider, only the best will do. Caribbean Alliance Insurance is the only insurance company in the Eastern Caribbean with an A excellent rating. We have a robust 3-tier reinsurance strategy that protects our policyholders from multiple catastrophes, even if they occur in quick succession. We spread our risks over 18 territories, ensuring minimal impact to individual territories when a disaster strikes. We provide an excellent claims experience. Claim settlement is usually between 24 to 48 hours. Our A excellent rating means that you are more secure with us. Contact us for motor, property, marine, public liability, employer's liability, and other policies. Dalil Walwyn, people you can trust. Local agent for Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Tomorrow secured. Did you know that the Grange Healthcare Facility is the first purpose-built, non-governmental healthcare organization on St. Kitts? It's situated at Otley's, 7 miles east of Basseterre in beautifully landscaped surroundings. The Grange has a team of highly trained professionals and provides care that's rated as being comparable with UK and North American standards. The Grange offers varied accommodations to suit your individual needs, and our all-inclusive packages make the cost of care per hour the most competitive on the island. Services include convalescent care for all ages, daycare facilities for older adults, rehabilitation services, and training and continuing education for healthcare providers. For more information, call 466-5525 or 465-8020. Fax 466-8221 or email thegrangehealth@gmail.com or visit our website at www.grangehealthcarefacility.com.
With the WINNFM Midday News, I am Kevon Brown.
And I am Yulana Weeks.
Our top stories.
ECCB at 40.
evolves from a tiny seed into a mighty tree, says Governor Antwine. The importance of proper pesticide management and usage to take central focus during Pesticide Awareness Week. Tropical Storm Philippe pours heavy rain upon Dominica. Prime Minister Skerritt encouraged continual vigilance.
Caribbean Airlines to lease 12 additional planes to meet increasing demand. Former Grenada Prime Minister criticized police force even after the closure of high-profile killing. Internationally, at least 21 people, including several children, have died after a bus crashed off a flyover near Venice and burst into flames, officials say. Now the details.
October 1, 2023 marked 40 years since the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, ECCB, has been fulfilling its mandate of advancing the people of the currency union through financial stability, growth, and development. The Monetary Authority celebrated its 40th anniversary with a church service on Sunday, October 1, at the Antioch Baptist Church in Basseterre. Timothy N.J. Antwine, governor of ECCB, said the bank has grown from a tiny seed into a mighty tree, one that the people of the Eastern Caribbean should be proud of.
40 years later, we have assets in excess of $6 billion. But most importantly, church, our dollar has remained strong. Since 1976 and throughout the last 40 years of our history as a central bank, we can count on the EC dollar, 1 US, 2.7 EC.
The EC currency has remained strong and stable over the last 40 years. But do people in the Eastern Caribbean really understand what that means? Governor Antwine said people often take the currency's stability for granted, but it should really be something to ponder upon and cherish.
Not far from here, and in countries far larger than our small states of the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union, are currencies that do not enjoy that stability. People go home or go to bed tonight with their savings being, say, $1,000 and wake up with it being half of the value because of inflation overnight, because of a change in the value of the currency. We take these things for granted. We don't think about them. That is how it is, and that is always has been. And for those of us under 40, just a little past that, well, maybe not. That's all you've known. Your entire life, that's all you know. And yet for all, there are women and men in our bank, every single day, who work hard to ensure we keep that dollar strong. And so I want to acknowledge the work of everyone. And as I think about what we have achieved for the last 40 years, I have to confess that God has been good to the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank.
Despite the many natural disasters, economic recessions, a pandemic, and inflation, the ECCB stood firm. Antwine, reflecting upon the work of the ECCB for the financial year ended March 31, 2023, highlighted the resilience and strength of the EC currency. According to the governor's report, the bank has sustained more than 90% foreign reserves at the end of the financial year ended March 31, 2023, well above the 60% statutory requirement. The bank's high levels of reserves were beneficial, particularly during shocks such as the COVID-19 pandemic. Likewise, the ECCB member countries had a strong economic rebound, with a projected growth rate of 5% in 2023. How many people read pesticide labels before purchase or use? How many people understand the instructions printed on pesticide labels? Those pertinent questions will be addressed by the Ministry of Agriculture throughout Pesticide Awareness Week, observed from October 2 to October 5, 2023. Pesticides are a group of popular substances mostly used around the home to control insects and rodents and to control pests on farms. But they too are toxic substances that must be used carefully. The Ministry of Agriculture launched a video-audio presentation advising the public about the proper use and handling of pesticides and the importance of reading the labels first.
Handling and applying pesticides require knowledge, care, and good judgment. Every applicator must read, understand, and follow the pesticide label instructions to avoid injury and harm to you, other persons, animals, and the environment.
Meanwhile, the Pesticides and Toxic Chemicals Control Board, St. Kitts and Nevis, in collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture, encourages individuals to ensure that the following pesticide storage checklist is adhered to. Pesticide storage room is locked. Storage area is well ventilated. Pesticides are stored in original containers. Original labels are attached to containers. Labels have expiry dates. Containers are tightly closed and bags are properly sealed. Pesticides are stored off the floor or low to the ground. No liquid products are stored above dry products. Animal feed is stored separately from pesticides. Pesticides are stored separately from food or any other consumables. Used pesticide containers are triple rinsed, punctured, and stored separately. Emergency telephone numbers are posted, and pesticide keep out is posted at the entrance to the storage area. In addition, when using pesticides, one must wear gloves, face visors, and boots. Use a respirator and always wash hands. The theme for Pesticide Awareness Week 2023 is Healthy Lives, Healthy Planet. Know your responsibility. Contribute to sound chemicals management. The Commonwealth of Dominica, yet another year, felt strong effects of climate change from the passage of Tropical Storm Philippe overnight Monday, October 2, into Tuesday, October 3, 2023. Tropical Storm Philippe passed approximately 150 miles away from Dominica, not presenting much wind, but brought rough seas and heavy rainfalls. Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit briefed the people of Dominica on Tuesday afternoon, October 3, stating that Dominica continued to feel the effects of the intense rain, measuring in excess of 6 inches. As a result, the island experienced flash floods, landslides, and rockfalls. A comprehensive assessment of damages was launched, whilst a road clearance operation was spearheaded by the Public Works Department. There were no reports of injury or death in relation to the weather system. Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit encouraged the citizens and residents of Dominica to remain vigilant.
I take this opportunity to remind citizens of the need for constant vigilance in and out of the hurricane season. From our experiences, we know that we are especially vulnerable to severe and changing weather patterns associated with climate change. Let us keep our guard up always, make the necessary preparations, and heed the warnings of the Met Office and the Office of Disaster Management in order to protect lives and property.
According to a publication by the International Monetary Fund on August 12, 2021, quote, Dominica is among the countries most vulnerable to natural disasters and climate change. During 1997 to 2017, it was the country with the highest GDP losses to climate-related natural disasters and ranked in the top 10% among 182 countries for climate-related fatalities. Dominica experienced huge devastation owing to back-to-back major storms in 2015 and 2017. Dominica announced its intention to become the first disaster-resilient nation. It was agreed with the government that the fund, in consultation and collaboration with other development partners, would provide support for preparing a disaster resilience strategy, a comprehensive plan including policies, cost, and financing to build resilience against natural disasters.
In regional news, Caribbean Airlines to lease 12 additional planes to meet increasing demand. Former Grenada Prime Minister criticized police force even after the closure of high-profile killing. Those reports and more from Carib Update.
The cleanup continued late Tuesday, and power was being restored to consumers in Antigua and Barbuda following the passage there of Tropical Storm Philippe on Tuesday. Philip made landfall on the tiny island of Barbuda as the erratic storm unleashed heavy rains and flash floods in the northeast Caribbean. There were no reports of any major structural damages. Parts of Antigua were without power at nightfall Tuesday, though there was a statement by early afternoon from the power company that it was close to full restoration. It was not immediately clear how widespread was the continuing power outage as a result of the effects of the passage of Philip. But there were reports of downed power lines in at least 2 areas as a result of fallen trees. Prime Minister Gaston Brown said there were what he called extensive flooding, as well as a major fire in English Harbour, which destroyed several businesses. It was not clear if the fire was directly related to the passage of the weather system. Posting on his official Facebook page, Brown said no one was officially hurt and that Antigua and Barbuda was spared the worst. Other islands, including St. Martin, St. Bart's, Montserrat, Guadeloupe, and Dominica, all reported heavy rains from the system, though its winds were not a major issue. Montserrat's premier said the system also had an impact there. But he said while there were some flooded streets and minor landslides, the island fared generally well. At 5 p.m., the center of Tropical Storm Philip was 85 miles north of St. Thomas in the U.S. Virgin Islands. A turn towards the north-northwest is forecast on Wednesday, followed by a faster motion towards the north on Thursday and Friday. On the forecast track, the center of Philip will move away from the Virgin Islands and then approach Bermuda Thursday night and Friday. Maximum sustained winds are near 45 miles per hour with higher gusts. Trinidad Finance Minister Colm Embert has announced a nearly $60 billion 2024 budget, promising to pay public servants back pay of $1 billion by Christmas this year, to triple the intake of police officers to 1,000 next year, and to allocate school supplies and book grants of $1,000 to needy students chosen through a means test.
I am also giving today these 37,000 public sector workers an undertaking that all ministries and agencies involved will be provided with the necessary funds to pay this $1 billion in back pay by Christmas of 2023.
Tobago will get $2.58 billion, an increase of $64 million over 2023.
$2,585 million, of which $2.298 billion is for recurrent expenditure, $260 million is for the development program expenditure, and $18 million is for the URP, and $9.2 million for CPEC. The total allocation to the THA in 2024 represents an increase of $64.2 million over the allocation of $2,521 million in fiscal year 2023.
Minister Imbert, who spoke for over 4 hours, also promised to collect property tax in 2024 and to work aggressively to address foreign exchange supply issues. Additionally, he announced a 17% increase in the minimum wage, moving from $17.50 per hour to $20.50 per hour.
We will increase on January the 1st, 2024, as I said before, the minimum wage by 17% or $3 per hour, from $17.50 an hour to $20.50 an hour, which will help almost 200,000 workers at this level.
Trinidad's Finance Minister Colm Embert has also announced that state-owned Caribbean Airlines CAL plans to lease 12 new passenger aircraft to deal with increasing demand. In his 2024 budget presentation, Embert said following the exit of LIAT, the Caribbean has been exhibiting strong air transport demand. Additionally, international visitors are on the rise. He said in July 2021, since Trinidad reopened its international borders, visitors have been increasing, with arrivals reaching 226,483 in 2022, revitalizing the tourism sector. With that in mind, the minister said as markets progressively recover, Caribbean Airlines aims to utilize its assets effectively and establish a foundation for network growth. Former Grenada Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell has derided the apparent police breakthrough in a high-profile killing there, describing it as nonsense. Mitchell was critical of the government and police for the lack of a breakthrough in the case previously, even demanding that security officials seek outside help. But following the recent arrest and charging of a man for the killing of John T. Robinson, some people associated with his new National Party have continued promoting unfounded conspiracy theories. Without explaining why, Mitchell, the longest-serving National Security Minister in Grenada's history, seemed to suggest Tuesday that the apparent break in the case was not credible and there was a lack of confidence in the police force, which up to a year ago reported to him. Mitchell, now the opposition leader, has long promoted in recent months that there is a national security crisis in Grenada and that the police need outside help to solve some recent gun crimes. But the Grenada police appear to have made significant breakthroughs in recent weeks in a few of the cases.
We now bring you these international reports.
Officials say at least 21 people have died, including 2 children, after a bus crashed off a flyover and caught fire near the Italian city of Venice. The bus broke through a barrier and plunged more than 10 metres near railway tracks in the Mestre district, which is connected to Venice by a bridge. Italian news agencies say several Ukrainians are among the dead. Louisa Pilbeam has more.
Through the early hours, emergency crews battled to rescue the injured and recover the dead. The bus had been full of tourists returning from a day out in Venice, now burnt out and overturned. From high up, where it veered through crash barriers, you can see the drop. It plunged off bridge and burst into flames.
We lifted the bus to have mathematical certainty that there were no other people underneath. The bus flipped upside down. The impact was terrible because it fell from over 10 meters. There were 39 people. It wasn't easy. In the impact, the electric batteries of the bus caught fire.
Ukrainians, Germans and French nationals are so far believed to be among the dead, according to Italian officials. The mayor of Venice was at the scene and gave an idea of the scale of casualties at the time.
19 are here. 2 died in the hospital, so it's 21 now. Some of them are okay, then there are some critical in Padua. Some burned. 4 children died, for now.
It happened across the water from Venice's tourist centre in the Mestre district last night. Now, as investigators try to find out how this happened, the Italian transport minister has said the driver, believed to be among the dead, could have suddenly become unwell. Louisa Pilbeam, BBC News.
Well, the BBC's Harry Farley is following developments from Rome.
Well, the main question that the investigation will look to answer is exactly how this could have happened. The reaction this morning in Italy is one of shock and one of horror at what happened last night. As Louisa mentioned in her report, then several children we know are among the dead, including a baby, according to Italian emergency services. The Italian Prime Minister, Giorgia Meloni, said that she's following developments closely, and she expressed her profound condolences with the families of the victims. And the mayor of Venice, Luigi Brunaro, he said that he was speechless at what had happened. But there are questions for the authorities. The cause of the crash at this stage remains unclear. One possible line of inquiry is whether the 40-year-old Italian driver became ill shortly before the crash. That's just one line of inquiry at the moment. That's not confirmed to be the cause. The cause at the moment is unclear, but there are questions over how this could have allowed to have happened. You know, Italy has suffered a number of deadly bus crashes in recent years. In 2017, 16 people died in a bus crash in the northern city of Verona. In 2013, 40 people died when another bus crashed off a viaduct in southern Italy. So there are questions for the authorities about how this could have happened and how this was allowed to have happened amidst the grief and the horror of what happens in Italy today.
Now let's go to the US, where the House of Representatives is left rudderless after members voted to oust its leader, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. So let's take you through the main points. Kevin McCarthy is the first speaker in US history ever to be removed in this way after a motion to vacate. The motion that led to his toppling was put forward by hardline Republicans led by Matt Gaetz, who were angered by an interim deal he'd brokered with Democrats to prevent a US government shutdown. A temporary leader, Patrick McHenry, will step in a limited capacity, but what happens next is uncharted waters.
Doing the right thing isn't always easy, but it is necessary. I don't regret standing up for choosing governance over grievance. It is my responsibility. It is my job. I do not regret negotiating. Our government is designed to find compromise. I don't regret my efforts to build coalitions and find solutions. I was raised to solve problems, not create them. So I may have lost a vote today, but as I walk out of this chamber, I feel fortunate to have served the American people. I leave the speakership with a sense of pride, accomplishment, and yes, optimism.
Well, Republicans will not meet again until next week to sort out who will become the next speaker. Kevin McCarthy said he will not run again, as you were just hearing there, blaming those in his conference who voted against him for creating turmoil in Washington. Other Republican lawmakers are angry at the 8 members of his party who voted to oust McCarthy. After the vote, Republican Don Bacon said Matt Gaetz should be thrown out of the Republican Party.
It's really a vote for chaos. We have so many important issues that we have to decide on right now. Appropriations bills, the farm bill, the defense bill. We have a broken border right now, and all this is going to go on hold. I think it weakens America. And I think it's a good day if you're a Russian government guy or a Chinese communist. They're probably smiling and giving high fives to Matt Gaetz.
Well, one of the 8 members of the Republican Party who voted to oust McCarthy is Congressman Ken Buck of Colorado. He told us why he defended his vote.
I will put my conservative record of voting up against anybody, particularly someone from California like Speaker McCarthy or some of the other critics who have criticized me from New York. I believe that we are spending too much money in this country. I believe it's an existential threat to this country, and I believe that we need to, at this point in time, make sure that we are doing the right thing and spending responsibly, and that's why I voted the way I did.
Well, let's unpack this with Professor of Political Science at the University of California, Berkeley, Sean Gale-Marge. Sean, a warm welcome to you. First of all, let's get your reaction to all of this.
Really an astonishing scenario. Couldn't even imagine it as long as a decade or two ago. Uncharted territory and unclear what comes next.
Well, that's just what I was going to ask you, Sean. What is likely to happen next? Obviously, the interim House Speaker has got very limited capacity, and yet it's a critical time. You know, we could be facing another government shutdown within weeks.
Yeah, the budget deal that the Republicans just agreed to, that the House of Representatives just put forward, approved by the Senate and the President, which is what precipitated this crisis of leadership in the House, will only get us through mid-November. We're going to be in exactly the same position in about 6 weeks' time. Representative McHenry has limited powers to administer the business end, the nuts and bolts of the House, but not to forge the political leadership, the political agreements that are necessary to lead the party forward. What the Republican Party does remains to be seen, but the very problem is that there's so much internal fragmentation within the party that is the situation that created this in the first place. That's not a Kevin McCarthy problem. That's a structural problem within the Republican Party. We have at least 8 members, the 8 who voted to oust McCarthy, who don't particularly mind if the government shuts down and don't particularly mind if there's a failure of the government. And that is an unprecedented situation, and that creates a real problem for the House of Representatives and for the government going forward.
Who are people talking about could replace Kevin McCarthy at this point? Who are the front runners?
It's really unclear. I've heard from 3 different Republican congressmen today, name 3 different people. So it's important to recognize that the vast majority of the Republican leadership did support McCarthy in the motion to vacate. And it's likely that they will support an establishment Republican candidate. A number of names have been thrown out. There's a deputy whip, Representative Emmert from South Dakota, being one that people are talking about. Maybe Elise Stefanik from New York, but as you heard, the Congressman Burke called out specifically the states they were from, California, New York. It's unclear that at a sort of broad symbolic level, if people from these places can lead the conservative movement going forward. And there could be some surprises of people who are interested in the position but were unwilling to declare their interest in it as long as McCarthy's vote and speakership were still being decided. Now that motion to vacate is passed, we might see some new candidates come forward.
And for our global audience, just remind us how important this role is.
The Speaker of the House is an absolutely crucial role in managing the business of the House of Representatives. That is the presiding officer of the House. That person officially has to schedule all floor business, all chamber business in the House of Representatives, has to, by law, officially sign laws passed by the chamber to send them to the Senate for consideration or to send them to the president, has to arrange conference committees with the Senate when the 2 chambers disagree on laws. So there's a really crucial set of administrative obligations that are rolled up into this position. It's also a really important political position. In the House of Representatives, the Speaker is invariably the leader within the chamber of the majority political party. They identify the party's political agenda. They help to make compromises and find agreements within their party. They help to drive the party forward in the interests of that party and standing forward to the next election. So it's both an administrative office and a political office, merges those 2 powers into one person, and that's why it's such an important position.
You are listening to the Midday News on WINNFM 98.9. The headlines?
ECCB at 40. Evolves from a tiny seed into a mighty tree, says Governor Antwine. The importance of proper pesticide management and usage to take central focus during Pesticide Awareness Week. Tropical Storm Philippe pours heavy rain upon Dominica. Prime Minister Socrates encouraged continual vigilance.
Caribbean Airlines to lease 12 additional planes to meet increasing demand. Former Grenada Prime Minister criticized police force even after the closure of high-profile killing. Internationally, at least 21 people, including several children, have died after a bus crashed off a flyover near Venice and burst into flames, officials say. Thank you for listening.
That was the WINNFM Headline News. The Headline News was brought to you by Caribbean Alliance, KDP Enterprises, The Grange, and Carib Brewery.
Did you know that the Grange Healthcare Facility is the first purpose-built, non-governmental healthcare organization on St. Kitts? It's situated at Otley's, 7 miles east of Basseterre in beautifully landscaped surroundings. The Grange has a team of highly trained professionals and provides care that's rated as being comparable with UK and North American standards. The Grange offers varied accommodations to suit your individual needs, and our all-inclusive packages make the cost of care per hour the most competitive on the island. Services include convalescent care for all ages, daycare facilities for older adults, rehabilitation services, and training and continuing education for healthcare providers. For more information, call 466-5525 or 465-8020. Fax 466-8221 or email thegrangehealth@gmail.com or visit our website at www.grangehealthcarefacility.com. When it comes to the important things in life, your health, your education, your choice of a life partner, and of course your insurance provider, Only the best will do. Caribbean Alliance Insurance is the only insurance company in the Eastern Caribbean with an A excellent rating. We have a robust 3-tier reinsurance strategy that protects our policyholders from multiple catastrophes, even if they occur in quick succession. We spread our risks over 18 territories, ensuring minimal impact to individual territories when a disaster strikes. We provide an excellent claims experience. Claim settlement is usually between 24 to 48 hours. Our A excellent rating means that you are more secure with us. Contact us for motor, property, marine, public liability, employer's liability, and other policies. Delisle Walwyn, people you can trust. Local agent for Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Tomorrow secured.
Shipping your cargo shouldn't be a hassle. It can be as easy as a single call to Amerijet International, your worldwide cargo transportation solution. We provide all the services you need to ship your goods anywhere in the world, whether your shipment is fresh, frozen, large or small, alive or hazardous. You can count on Amerijet to deliver it safe and sound. Amerijet International, by land, sea or air, we get it there. For more information, visit us online at www.amerijet.com or call us at KDP Enterprises at 466-9595.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib. It's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
You found the sound. 98.9 Win FM.
Good afternoon and welcome to the second half of today's presentation of Voices. Before we go to the phone lines, I want to send this appeal out. It's an appeal and a very urgent need for the donation of O negative blood to the blood bank at JNF to assist a member of the Howell family. I repeat, this is a very urgent. This appeal goes out to anyone with type O negative blood. There is someone in dire need for your help. The whole family is extremely grateful for all who wishes to kindly assist their loved one. I know the family very well, and there was a time I was trying to get some funds for a particular project, and the gentleman was one of the first on board. Philanthropic in thinking, but at this point in time, a member of the family, a loved one, is in need, dire need of O negative blood. So you're asked kindly to assist, if you can, by donating to the blood bank at JNF. Just let them know you're here to assist the Howell family. They're in need of type O negative blood, and I would endeavor to repeat this a few times before the program closed today. I know it's very important, and we don't want to be on the receiving end of such requests, but it happens, and we would like to know if it happens to you that you would be assisted by someone like-minded who wants to help in every way they can. So once again, there's an appeal, a very urgent need for type O negative blood. to be donated to the blood bank at JNF is to assist a member of the Howard family. So we ask you to be minded and help as best and as soon as you can. Thank you. And we had a very, hot session this morning. We had contributions from some notables, some new callers, and we would like to keep this going, and public discourse on various issues that affect. I was asking folks to call to see how they fared during the heavy rain, thunder, and lightning that we experienced during hurricane. Well, I know it was a hurricane, but Philippe's Passage. Asking those who were there for their elders, looking after them, folks who are living on their own during this time. They shouldn't be by themselves, but it happens. So for those who were able to go and check on their family members, uncles, aunties, grandma, etc., it's a very good thing to be mindful of. So let us know if you can, how you fared, what's happening downtown. I'm actually locked away from, knowing if it's raining or not at the moment. So let me know. I have somebody tell me drizzle wasn't even enough to warrant cover. All right. Now, there's something I think would interest all motorists. And it's a press relief about unleaded gasoline retail price. And I read, the general public is hereby advised of the following retail price for unleaded gasoline as of the 4th of October 2023, that's today. And it says as SOL, that's S-O-L, service station, is $15.38 per gallon. At Delta service station, it's $16.12. So back again, a SOL service station, price per gallon for unleaded gasoline is $15.38. And at Delta service station, it's $16.12. Now, I have on my spectacles and I'm looking for the price of diesel. I don't see anything here, and this is not the first time that it happened. My vehicle takes diesel, so I'm seeing for unleaded gasoline as of the 4th of October 2023 at SOL service station, the price per gallon for unleaded gasoline is $15.38. At Delta service station, it is $16.12. And for diesel, I don't see anything. So would somebody call me and let me know how much I would have to pay for diesel? Or, let's see. We have a caller on the line as we speak, so, wow. I'm a little slow sometimes. We would have missed that caller. We apologize. If given a chance, please try and get back in on the conversation. The lines are open, 6620989. And the call is back. Good day, caller, you're live on Voices. Hello there, caller, you're live on Voices.
Hey, good afternoon. We all getting aid, so we get slower.
We all getting aid?
Oh, you don't want to be numbered among. You don't got to worry about your age, you know. Some people don't even know that you
my age, Sister Henry. I love
give
my
thanks.
age.
Whatever it is, give thanks.
I wear my beard as a mark.
I
wear my beard as a mark of respect for my age. I'm a senior citizen.
I have seen boys in Baxter High School with beard.
I understand that too.
So, anyway, you give thanks to you?
Most certainly.
Every day you have something to give thanks. If you can't find nothing, just say God. Give thanks that you are God.
I hear you.
Now, you asked a question about the elderly.
Yes.
Now, my pastor, Pastor Marjorie Elaine George, she way up in she 80s, eh?
Sister George, yes.
You know Miss George?
Of course.
She was deputy
of course.
head for junior high. She taught at Baxter High. She taught at the college. She taught
Pastor
in the college
George.
school.
Mm-hmm.
And she lives up at Shadwell Housing, opposite where the Pilgrim Holiness Recreation Center is.
Not sure I know what that is, but go ahead.
She has been trying for a long time now. Last government, this government, to get some help in fixing her roof. Or when they're doing the roof thing,
yes,
she's an amputee, wheelchair bound. And it going from back to us. She now says that all over the house is leaking.
At this time of heavy rains.
In her living room, I think she said, the thing is so bad, there's a hole in the roof, you could see the sky. People have gone, governments have promised, and it grieved my heart because every time rain comes, because she's in the wheelchair, she can't walk.
Yes.
She has been putting out all kind of containers and she lives by herself.
Yeah.
Now, is that the way we treat our seniors? And it isn't so they don't know. They know. Everybody come and look. Well, let me see what you want. That's it. Somebody had promised some of these states to help her. And just when they were getting ready to do something, the person either died or took seriously ill. And every time it rains, my heart goes out to her. So I am calling upon the Ministry of the Aged. She has contributed much. She has been a pastor for 46
Definitely
years.
an educator.
Yeah, and a pastor too. The Maranatha Church.
Yes, I remember you and her, of course.
Yeah. So what I'm saying now, it is, let me reserve the word shame. But it is unbelievable. We talk about looking after the aged and, and when he was going to say, Lord Jesus, I wonder how many elderlies in their homes getting wet.
Condition, situation. That's why I said this morning, I'll see who were able to go out there and look after their elders who are living by themselves.
Look after the elders. Some people forget. They have not even asked themselves, how did I get here on this earth? I mean, they ignore. Some of them don't even call, how do your house leak?
Mm-hmm.
You get into, you have anything to eat? We look after ourselves. And we feel comfortable. And this is the month for the ages. I am calling upon all who can, all who will and willing, to please assist Pastor Marjorie Elaine George. I mean, she says all over the house and the beds and so.
That is so regrettable and so sad.
Yeah, regrettable in truth. And it's a shame.
But they had the roof program. They were out there campaigning
and they came,
boasting
and she said they go up on the roof and whatever.
Did the estimates, etc., no follow-up?
And other people get whole roof. And this poor old lady, struggling. So she didn't ask me. She did not ask me to call.
You're doing the right thing.
Yeah, I called her. I told her, that, they say that rain is going to come heavy Sunday night. So she started to put out her containers. Somebody's supposed to come. People have to go to help her to mop up the floors. So.
Wow.
It's a shame on the country.
That's
because
regrettable.
She's not the only one,
That's regrettable.
There are many of them out there. Many. You see, when it comes to certain programs, you got to be political to get through. You know that. You got to make noise and talk and whatever. Well, I want to thank God for my son and my neighbors. I have to get one, to go up and check the roof. So I am making a plea on behalf of the pastor, Miss Elaine Marjorie George. And sometimes some construction company could help too, You know that?
That's a good idea.
Yes, some of them they got any amount of supplies.
I'm going to reach out to a friend. I'm going to put him on the spot. Right?
Yeah, because her
I
has
know
on asphalt shingles, you see?
I know he will be happy to help. Othniel Heiliger of OJ's from Sandy Point.
Yeah, but...
Please, Mr. Heiliger, if you can help. I believe he's listening.
I'm making an appeal to the Ministry of Aged. I know the minister. She's a kind lady, eh?
Mm-hmm.
I've not any complaint about her. But it is time enough because we're going further and further. It rain all day today, So, but imagine a house up there full of water.
I got so.
All right then.
Thank you for that contribution, okay? Really appreciate it. I just put out an appeal to my friend, put him on the spot, but as you say, any contractor up there who are able to assist, please, right? I'm on radio, see you after. We go back to the phone lines. Good day, caller, you're live on Voices.
Hi, the King.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to the program. What's up?
Yeah. I'm called back in as a public concern because I drove down the Bay Road yesterday in the Newtown vicinity, and there was this structure, this wooden structure with a tarpaulin on it, on the Bay Road side, on the southern side.
Yep.
Yes, because of the inclement weather and the high winds, it was toppled over in the street.
I saw a clip of it, really, yes.
And it is appalling. It is appalling. I also drive by the Independence Square, and there were 2 trees toppled over, along with a couple other branches. And the parks and beaches, they did a tremendous job.
Okay.
They got the chainsaw and they tried to tidy up the Independence Square. Well, I just drove down the Bay Road again. I had a tour this morning, as I told you, I was on Brimson Hill.
Yes.
And while coming down the Bay Road this morning,
okay.
I thought by this morning, the relevant authorities would have gotten on it. It seems that when they don't hear my voice or other concerned citizens' voices, they play retarded. No, I'm not going to stand for that retardedness by no administration and no authority. I am calling on the respective authority right now to remove that because I am a road user and they are creating a hazard for the road users. Having this couple, what would it take? A hammer or one of those things to dismantle the couple pieces of board and get it out of the road. Come on, man.
Okay.
We are bigger than that. Don't tell me that no one in the authority who is responsible have not seen it or probably have driven past it.
All right.
Then that is not going to pass, and that piece of board, that piece of scaffolding, don't be removed because they don't want to hear my mouth tomorrow again.
Well, there's a good thing. It's good that you monitor it and keep it abreast of that development. We need
I'm from the same community, and I would have already reported it. Lo and behold, I passed there again, so I am reporting it now because I would have reported it before, and I would have gotten an answer. Because that is the respect that I commanded in my community. And not because I'm not a part of this administration. I am still a community person. And my voice is still as strong and as effective as it was before. Thanks for listening.
Much appreciated. It's called Voices. And, of course, we invite the public to call and be part of the national discourse. So whatever it is, 662-0989, 466-0989-762-0989. Let's hear what you have to say. Anybody had any negative? Okay, let's take this call. Good day, caller, live on Voices.
Socrates, good day.
How did Philip treat you, sir?
Well, me personally get mashed up. Mine ground get mashed up.
Oh boy.
But me can't take from other ground and the other, no wind past the other ground. No wind past no the other ground. Not even a banana leaf bend.
A case of hit and miss.
Yeah. Anyway, me go request Win FM put in one WhatsApp call, eh?
A WhatsApp line?
One WhatsApp line there. Yeah.
Okay, the engineers are listening, the management is listening, so they hear you loud and clear.
Right.
Go right ahead.
And let me shout up Mr. Bacchus, and let me shout up Sharon when I hear Sharon's voice. One while.
I haven't seen her for the day. She may be upstairs.
Okay. Yeah. Oh Lord. Think calling just now. Give me the name of the last caller.
Last caller was Africa.
Africa.
Yeah.
Africa say that because you're not part of the administration. No, Africa, young Kitishon, you're part of anything that go on there. You understand, Mr. Socrates?
You're so correct.
Exactly, man. Cut out that stupidness there. The government are the government for everybody, whether you vote for them or not. A U.S. government. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me go on to the pastor.
George.
The pastor, the ex-pastor we Miss Henry call out for.
Yep.
Yeah, but what happened to the okay, if she not get through with the roof program from the government, me hear you call one contractor. But what happened to the brothers and sisters that she preached to
from the church?
What happened to the collections and so now that then collect like you said, the marionetta. And even if that personal, even independent and that personal establishment can come up, me sure if them write one little letters or two out to the other brothers and sisters, me sure she will get help. You understand me say?
Yes, but
so,
go ahead. Go ahead. You're on the
yeah, and just one and just one thing. At time I cut out this political stuff, but seems like that disease they go really go away. But because Miss Henry say and then over the years she may teach and all and something there, she's supposed to don't get help long time ago. Okay, that might a little bit, Socrates.
Thank you very much. But I know you're gonna listen off here, but is there another call? In lieu of the fact that there's been roof programs with both administrations. There have been roof programs, and I'm told, based on what Ms. Henry said, she applied. And the relevant person went to inspect and promised to go and assist. So it's not that she's begging the government. There was a roof program, and she would have qualified for the assistance. Let's see what this call have to contribute. Good day, call your live on Voices.
Hey, good afternoon, Sacro.
Good afternoon, Savio.
I want a call to make a little correction. Wilma Randall was not a lawn tennis player. She was referred to as the Black Gazelle.
Black Gazelle.
She win medals.
Gazelle,
yeah?
Gazelle.
Yeah, she win medals for America in the Olympics, 100, 200, and the 4x1. But Althea
Gibson, okay,
Althea
yes.
Althea Gibson was that black woman, right?
You're right.
And I mentioned Arthur Ashe. What I didn't really talk to, he was the person who was instrumental in getting Yannick Noah out of the Cameroons. The Cameroons was a colony of France. Because he was on an African tour. And he recognized potential of Yannick as a teenage youth.
Okay.
Get him into France. Yannick Noah was from the Cameroons. He got him into France because France was the mother country of Cameroon. But what I didn't really, what I was supposed to mention about Arthur Ashe is death. What caused his death?
It was a blood transfusion where he contracted AIDS.
He went for open heart surgery.
Yep.
And they give him AIDS blood.
Contaminated blood.
Yeah, contaminated blood. Because he went, embarrassed. And people up in Wimbledon, you understand what I'm speaking of?
Yes.
It's like, to get him off the scene, I know the risk of a black man. And then, but Yannick, he was the one who was very instrumental in getting Yannick Noah into France.
Arthur Ashe, you're correct.
Yeah, and then Yannick Noah ended up winning the French Open. But as I mentioned, the young woman, Coco, the very first Grand Slam, in Australia. And it's hard court to come to. Because she wanted to keep her head. 19 years?
Yes.
Keep your head. Just keep your head.
Do you know the name of Jean Pierre?
Jean Pierre.
Trinidad.
Jean Pierre, is that?
Trinidad tennis champion.
Jean Pierre?
Jean Pierre.
No. Jean Pierre wasn't the big shoot netball for Trinidad.
Was netball?
Yeah. when the bangers in St. Kitts in 1972.
Oh, yes. Wasn't that ball? Not tennis.
And your Jean Pierre and Peggy Castanado.
Man,
Peggy Castanado was the goal attack.
Uh-huh.
Jean Pierre was the goal shoot.
Man, you well informed, man.
The man, I grew up in King Street in the Baker's Corner, you know. From Baker's Corner, down that road in the park. If you understand what I'm speaking of.
Well, the name holds a whole stadium after Hunter that.
Yeah. And it's like all these famous netballers and things, nothing was named after them. It's true that it's Sam Tyson.
Yep.
Her name is written.
On the complex up there, yes.
Yes, then no other net, you got some netballers like what's his name again? Julian Musgrave.
Yep.
Archibald. That's up in Newtown named after her. But nothing in the village named after Gracie and Lee. And all the others, we have to respect and honor these young people. They were young. No,
well, they gave you a Virgil Newton Street. Where's it once? I'm only joking. I'm only joking, man.
Respect, man. I recall respect, Harry.
All right. Appreciate your contribution once again. Let me go back to that item we went earlier about the need for type O negative blood to assist a member of the Howell family. There's an appeal for urgent donation at JNF for anyone with type O negative blood to go to the blood bank at JNF to assist a member of the Howell family. They're in dire need of that type blood. If you have a chance to go make a contribution, please do. Back to the phone lines. Gala, you're live on Voices. We missed that call, so let me repeat if I can. Type O negative blood is urgently needed to assist a member of a citizen. Of citizenry. Go to the blood bank and donate if you can. Live on Voices, you are?
Yes, I'm back.
Yes, you're back.
Now, O negative is quite the rare blood, eh?
Yes.
Anybody can get it. But there are only so many persons who have it. And I think sometimes we put a strain. So I think sometimes what the hospital or the family could do might be to import it.
Really?
Because I had a family who was at the hospital and he used to import the blood. They used to bring in the blood.
It's quite an undertaking.
Eh?
That would be quite an undertaking.
I think it comes out of Puerto Rico or somewhere there. And I'm not too sure what the price is like, but remember, blood is life, eh?
Mm-hmm.
So my prayers go to the Howells. They're from Trafalgar and Fortlands.
Wonderful family.
Yes. His father used to be the assistant, the administrator, whatever, acting administrator in the army and that thing. And
remember his mom?
I
recall his mom.
Oh, yes. With the kind of blue hair.
Yes.
You know, so nobody knows what will happen to them, you know. And sometimes we pick out. Oh, well, not my blood. And then tomorrow you hear their name or the family name. So if you have it and you want to help, don't say, well, I went already. You know? So now I want to correct something. I was listening to a presentation made by Honorable Dwyer Astafan on Sunday. It would have been the one from last week, in which there were many inaccuracies.
Inaccuracies?
Yes, and omission. Now, obviously, he was using the commentary to prove that Mr. Bracha is the father of the nation. And he was seeking to paint the PAM party. Well, I've never been a member of the PAM party, never. Mm-hmm. Never attended the convention. Don't go to the meeting, don't wear the clothes, nor nothing. And because I have a saying, I work in the public service, 30-something years.
You portray as being neutral.
I just say Abba, when it comes to treatment, Abba and Saba does dish out the same thing. So I always maintain I have no party. But he was talking about, and the Democratic Party, and Mr. Bracha. He forgot to say his father. His father, Joseph Astafan, was one, he ran, I believe he ran against Mr. Bratcher.
I've been told that.
Well, I know because, as I said, I spent 5 years down at the archives. So while he painting and pushing, the Democratic Party for the land, for the aristocrat and the whatnot, and his father, he was raised in a house like that. I mean, some people don't know. And the Democrat newspaper, is that his father them start? That was in the 50s.
His father was part of
didn't
the...
start until 65.
65, that is correct.
So he did push it. One matter inaccuracies. I am saying, well, he did say in terms of the show that they could have made some provision, and put in the 4 others. Fair enough. But to try and, another one he said that when Mr. Bratcher wanted to take the land, Pam was against it. I have heard even the biggest people say the morning in Buckley's village, Buckley's estate yard, right?
Yep.
The leader of Pam was there. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm listening, and other people
so
around the world...
the leader of Pam was there to support the move made by Mr. Bratcher, how could you then say, they was against it? And this idea of socialism, let me get straight to it. The Labour Party was a socialist party. I came across articles written in the Spokesman by Honorable Fitzroy Bryan, and I think it was Limo, talking about socialism and what is good and what not. That is it, because part of the land business, when the land was taken, ordinary citizens thought that they were going to get the land. And he said, we didn't take the land to give it up, we took it to grow the cane. And the taking of people's land and public ownership of everything is a socialism concept.
Yes.
And I studied it in university, so nobody came and I don't let people brainwash me.
But at the same time, they took Dr. Simmons' land. They didn't take that of Dr.
That was part of the socialism thing.
They didn't take Sebastian's land, or Limo land.
They took Mr. Brown. Brown was the bakery, who was the biggest labor. Because his land was next to Dr. Simmons' own. And plow up the thing. And if you go to Mr. Astafan's speech, one lot of inaccuracies. And even the one with Mr. Bratcher paying for the land. Inaccurate. He made an offer of 10 million. The matter went to the court.
Was 11
million.
million?
That, right?
11 million.
The owners went to the court, and the court said the land should be valued at market price. So it wasn't Simmons who...
It was 11 million.
Pay.
And the court...
The matter went to the court. A court judgment was given. And they was against it. And really? Well, Pam must answer for herself. But I am answering from knowledge I know, and I have seen and read at the archives. And I would suggest that the next time Mr. Astafan, he means well, ready to make his aspirations, he should send somebody down to the archives.
Do research.
And he will, maybe he did not know that his father, because I know he won't like me. The man was a good man, He used to sponsor boxing. You understand?
Yes.
He used to bring in boxers and that kind of thing. So his father wasn't a bad man. But the Democratic Party, and then this man forget that he was in his house. So he's not pretending to be Labour. He saw Labour. Talk the truth. Let me go back to the Provident Fund. When it was proposed in 1978 or something like that, 77, 76, somewhere there, when opposition was raised, people said, I don't know the party alone, you have this fund from which people who are contributing can get no benefits. It is better to have this social security. He didn't say that, and they just are against it. The thing was, people say, and it makes sense because look at it. Look at it. You could get maternity leave, sickness leave. You understand? So it is not, they were saying, well, done with the Provident Fund and nothing. So no, it is better to have the Social Security program like some of the other Caribbean countries.
Who was saying that?
My good friend, my friend, I enemy from today.
No. Who was saying it's better to have the Social Security program?
The PAM party and other people in the community were saying, well, we can't get this money until we whatever. But in the meantime, there no form of benefits were to be derived.
Okay.
And again, my name, Mr. Keynes, Richard Keynes.
Yes.
And let me get to the Provident Fund. Mr. Bratcher died in 78. Mr. Bratcher had been bedridden since 76. You hear me?
I'm listening.
So St. John Payne and there, we like to play down some and play up others. And they started in 78. By 1980, the government changed. So from 80 to 95, it was under the PAM party. The scholarship program was introduced by Richard Keynes, who was then the chairman or whatever. You don't hear that? So when we seek to disparage other people, we must have the facts. Because I have nothing to gain by defending PAM, because I got my share knocked out. Telling you the truth. You hear me? Mm-hmm. You understand Socrates?
Yeah, I think we teach too much selective history. That's a problem.
I mean, but inaccuracies. Because when it started by 78 and 80, how much was in it? Who brought it all those years? A lot of the benefits, maternity leave, and it was them. Even and something wrong with the Constitution. The benefits, I recall when they were discussing about this illegitimate child, and we should be bastard, right? Bastard.
Yeah, I remember that.
Change that. Gave outside children equal rights with the children born in the marital home. A lot of benefits was in there, but only one thing they're looking at. They cannot get to control needs as they want.
I know all that, I have a lot of those documents about the debate between Mr. Bratcher and Mr. Daniel.
Mr. Daniel. And Mr. Daniel said he's not going into independence with Mr. Bratcher until the matter of Nevis is settled.
Fact.
They do not want any legislative council because in 67, who don't know about the long history, when they got it, Nevis was to have a council and Anguilla was to have one. The people were to choose the representative. Mr. Bratcher went ahead and chose the representative.
For both.
So that when he went to Nevis, nobody from the thing turned out to meet him on the pier. So, we look, he did a lot of good. Mr. Bratcher did a lot of good, eh?
Yeah.
But
I do have to go to a break ASAP.
Yeah, yes, but I just want, I know he's listening. Tell us if your father was not one of the founders of the Democratic Party and if he didn't run any election.
Okay, Sister Enemy, thanks for that. I know there's a lot more to unload, but we do have to honor our sponsors. So we go straight downtown and give our sponsors some respect.
This is a public service announcement.
Brace yourselves for the ultimate shopping extravaganza that you've been waiting for. Get ready to be blown away because double cashback coupon season has officially landed at Horsford's Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store. Can you feel the excitement in the air? It's that magical time of year when Horsford's paves the way to your dreams by giving away millions in free groceries with every Flex Pay Higher purchase.
Oh wait, there's more to this phenomenal offer.
Hold on to your seats because this is your chance to win an entire year of free groceries through the exhilarating Double Cashback Season Double Cashback Promotion. Wait, did I mention it's Double Cashback Coupon Season at Horsford's Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store. Don't delay, come in today before it's too late and snatch up your Double Cashback coupons for absolutely free groceries. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
To our viewers and listeners, welcome back to Voices. We do have a call online, so we go straight to the phone lines.
Good afternoon, Socrates.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the program.
I want to thank God for people of Sylvie. You hear her, she don't really talk the thing, she don't talk the history. I think she's a history hero. Dr. You need to give her a trophy for her history, okay? She knows everything. Some people don't like to hear, but I always listen to her. Sylvie, good afternoon. You hear long live. And keep on talk the thing. You hear? Because you were there and you know everything. So
I appreciate that.
Good afternoon, thank you, and everything goes well. Here in the U.S., we just got a little overcast. Nothing too much, but thank God. Could it be worse?
Come the blessings. And I'm glad you guys out there listening. It's very important to know that you're connected with back home. A lot of folks don't call, so you don't know. So when we get calls like yours, we are very much encouraged by it.
I always like to listen. And one thing I want to say to a gentleman from St. Lucia, he always calling on a program and calling petition lazy, and they like handouts. And I want to tell him he need to hold it down a little bit. You know?
I know who you mean.
Because
I know who you're referring to.
He come saying it's for better. We parents went through the struggle. Okay? A part of our national anthem say, in God with all our struggle, saying it's a Nevis B. He didn't say the Caribbean. One of the stars for hope. One of the stars
for hope.
For hope and liberty.
One is for liberty.
When we were going to our struggle, we still had hope. And I want to say,
I like that.
Thank God for Canada, because Canada is the only person when saying it was struggling and really, really done, hungry, not clothes, no this. Canada used to send out the milk powder,
the mackerel,
DSM, the soya flour,
the
and
flour.
the mackerel. Thank God for Canada. That saved a lot of life. Sometimes the only thing we had to eat is milk powder and sugar.
I recall those days
when you
back
go
in the
to
day.
yard with it, everybody wants some. Okay? So if Mr. Lucy going to keep on bashing petition, let him put his money where he must be, open a factory and see how much petition you know lazy. He always doing that about handout. Where were he when St. Kitts and Nevis were done? If St. Kitts and Nevis reached to this point that they could take care of their own, is a blessing. It's not a handout. Because if they're drinking from the saucer, they upon it over, and other people from Caribbean could come. St. Kitts people them need to enjoy the fruit of the ancestor labor. When we were done, I born in the 50s and I could cut the thing. It's never easy at all. Never easy. So people, St. Kitts, big up St. Kitts. So he and I need to give thanks because we come a long.
Don't forget Nevis. It's St. Kitts and Nevis.
Okay, yeah, St. Kitts Nevis. That's what, yeah, right. St. Kitts Nevis because that's in our national anthem. We struggle together.
Definitely.
Nevis people used to come down, sell them mango, the kinip. We used to call them by the market Nevis Bay.
That's so.
Okay? Nevis Bay we used to call down there.
Okay.
And when people come from the country, they come and they shop. We used to shop every Saturday, never Friday. And when they buy the little grocery, they go back home.
With the trucks
You
and all that.
understand?
We have
Nobody
come a long way.
We come a long
Yeah, we
way.
come
So I
along.
want to tell that man, go and open a factory and put your money where you want because nobody come from none of them Eastern Caribbean. Put down nothing to St. Kitts to do and telling them they're looking for handout. God bless our little federation here. St. Kitts people I need to look out for one another. You hear because we come a long way. I remember growing up, me had clothes, shoes with my grandmother born in East Street in a big yard, a big family and poor. But thank God, we made it. Understand, Socrates? So when they want to bash decision, go they're looking for handout, he needs to stop it. Stop it, Mr. Lucia. Here to hear and people overseas, all over the world listening to see where we come from so far. So far. And now people want to come, who no band there and I give a reward. No, sir. Mr. Lucy, you hold it now a little bit here. Respect our national anthem and our flag. Okay?
I appreciate your perspective. I can identify with.
I come from grassroots. My grandfather come from Nevis, Abraham Maynard. He lived on Panjay State. He was the overseer for Panjay State. He lived there, he worked there, and he died there. My grandmother come from Ginger and Nevis. Theodosia Brown and Webb. She worked on these states too. And they bring a beautiful daughter named Bernadine Maynard. She died in England. My mother, them in the early 50s, in England they used to go. Not up the Caribbean. So Caribbean people, we welcome all, okay? But have respect for people, man. Socrates,
Well
you
said.
have a blessed afternoon.
Thank you very much for your call and your contribution to this program. We're happy to hear from you. We go back to the phone lines. Call your live on voices. Thanks for holding. Rewind and come again if you can. We'd like to hear what you have to say. Okay, that caller was very passionate. Okay, let's take this caller. Caller, you're live on voices.
Hello, good afternoon, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Bernice. Once again, what's up?
Yes. This thing is what happening now. Me know me they ain't talking about a long time, nothing. I know the lady, I know what she's saying, but a long time the man is right. One friend told me the other day she went to do a job over the peninsula.
Peninsula,
right?
yeah.
And and just when they drop some people to do some work, my, the people that may move. She don't know when to do what she had to do, drop off, she had to drop off and sing around. And she say, he look like that glad. Right in your eyes. The lady, the man ain't talking about down in the 60s and in the 50s and 70s. He's talking about presently now. It's true. They just said, you know, some of them, Mr. Saka, getting the week's pay, getting the $500 and they want to work. The man is right, 100% right. And if you tell him about it, they cost you, you know?
Are we talking about the
I got to
this step program?
2 months ago, tell somebody, right, put out a SOS, tell to the announcer, somebody's supposed to be around here cleaning the place. When you look grass growing in the road, in the drain, nobody come in the grass in the little hole like me.
You're talking about those folks on the STEP program?
Huh?
Are you referring to the folks on the STEP program?
The people that are going, yeah. They do, some of them don't know they work, the person don't work and they get good money.
We've heard the complaints from time to time that they don't do a proper job, but that goes to the supervisor and the person in charge of the project.
I don't know why he's supervisor. His supervisor look like he's the bottle and the glass. Because every time I see him, he look how you. Right? I told it to him and all the other day by a funeral. He won't cuss me out. So the man not talk about the man right to bash them. They just had their government money right now. Him, supervisors. One day I want to say something and supervisor want to pick up and all, you know. But then remember you don't want to Ian talk about me. She let me begin to say what to say, you know. Right? Because they're walking with them, they lie me with them. That's why we ain't going to walk down. Think it's gone to the dog right now, you hear?
Okay.
Because they ain't doing the work. When the lady told me so, I never surprised at all. Because right in front of your very eyes, they're going 9, and by 10:30, you see them, and they want to smoke. I lie, I drink something, and man and woman. I don't know what we're going to do with this thing, you know, but it's, Mr. Saka, we got to get some of these Haitians to do the work, you know. When I was in St. Martin here, they used to come and so too. And when you look, they try to get them back out. And in the end of the day, look like they got to come, they got to keep some of them, because when it's a place where you used to chug garbage when I was living there. When I went back there, I can't believe it, the place clean up nice right there. But on the Panfield there, going Millie Region side, so the man ain't wrong, the man is right, the man right, they just want to, and I walk. They not work for them, I'm supposed to call
time when people feel privileged, that they don't have to because the government is in power and they've been paid irregardless, but it comes down to the supervision and the management of it.
I've seen
some of that you're talking about. I've
My
seen some of that.
great-grandfather, my grandfather days now, nothing. The man is right 100% to my friend. I know it's a business, you know, maybe too. Huh? Bash up the bash is right. A lot of them have both with the money. And look here, a lot of them want to work, you know. And by Friday, 9 o'clock, they first by the bank door, you know. You know that?
Yes, it's payday.
Yes, going down there, we collect me a pay tax, you know, because this year they charge me 3 something for this property I got up here. So when I pay 3 something for me, and pay off the land. I mean, paying them.
Once you're live, you got to pay tax.
Huh?
Once you're live and you own property, you have to pay tax. It's called property tax.
Because I don't pay off for the land, Mr. Sacco. I don't paying them. Still paying 3 something, you know, I was looking since last year, and they tell me to pay 6 something. I said 6 something? Because you huh? Okay. When you look, they talking about me, my pay, and them all cocoa belly head on too. It look like we just pay them to smoke. That's how I see them, I don't know. They're paying them to smoke. That's they join them, Mr. Saka, when you don't know the station. Drive across there by Social Security. Look over the bridges, how stink and dirty be the little room, I come and say, watch out the thing. Pastor the other day, nothing stinks and look stink. When Mr. Timothy, we heard about it when he went in. They said a little bobcat must be to treat him, and look, nothing again.
Okay, Bernice, we almost we're almost out of time. We have a next caller, so let's get this person's perspective. But thanks for your contribution, okay?
Yeah.
Caller, thanks for holding your live on Voices. Missed that call. We got about 5 minutes to go. If we get that next caller back on, we can have a little chat before we wrap things up today. Okay, caller, your live on Voices.
Socrates, good afternoon, Mr. Socrates.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
Mr. Socrates.
You're back.
The same lady was just called, right? One day I was listening to a radio station, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she called in and she said, people coming from where they come from and asking the land for farm, and they coming in later on, they might own the land. The same gentleman who's supporting, he called in and he said something. He talked about the same handout. And you know what he said? One day petition going to get up and this fool I think it's going to foreigners. That's what he said. So that is what they got their intention to do. And I support her when she said that.
Okay.
She said when we were down, nobody they want us. And even though that the people them put them on a job site, they have people to monitor them. Because sometimes they send them on job site and they ain't got nothing to do. And I must learn to support Iowa and stop bash Iowa people them. Because when the cane them used to cut, they used to cut the cane. And saying to say how much. But the Bible said those who have little shall have less, and him that shall be taken away. And that is what's going on in Saint it now. I need to support Iowa. And when the local them try to come up and do something, sell food or something, then I want to buy from them because I say them, then I get it out to me. It's because they don't deal with the own people, they don't support the own. And that is downfall of all your petition.
You're right to a very large extent, and I appreciate that. But let me just add something, okay? Right? There's a lady, a vendor I know, from St. Kitts. I've known her a very, very long time. And the time she's walking around town selling stuff, and she have this Spanish accent. Oh, my friend, my so I asked her, why are you speaking like you're from? She says, because that's how we get sales. She said, the people here not buying from me. So I pretend I'm from a different country, and I saw this morning.
They do not support their own.
Correct.
Or they hear, oh, them, then I get reach out to me, I'm buying nothing from them. I mean, this is the downfall of them. They need to stop it. That's what you see here.
Thank you very much, and you and yours stay safe also. So yes, I had to ask this lady, why are you affecting a foreign accent? You know, thank you, my friend. Okay, my friend. And she says to me, because locally, I don't get sales. But once I feel them from overseas, they buy from me. And I thought that was a stroke of genius. But I appreciate all the perspective from the various callers today. Let me one more remind the public for the appeal for type O negative blood. Please, if you can go to JNF and make a contribution. There's someone who is in dire need of that blood. Type O negative. And as I say, cast the blood in your bread in the water. And one day, at least when you expect it, it comes back to you. Make the time if you can and go and help to assist this person who is in dire need of O negative blood. To all our callers, viewers, those who sent by texts and different thing, I want to thank you for your contribution. The person sent me that issue about the gasoline price now fixed at, and this is for unleaded fuel, 15.38. Open up, my man. The old man, the man. 15.38 for a gallon of unleaded fuel, and that's at the Salt service station. And at Delta service, it's now 16.12. Somebody please tell me how much for diesel. I need to know. This is the second time they put out fixed prices for gasoline and nothing mentioned at diesel. At the time, I was paying $22.00 per gallon for diesel. 22 and change. So if it's reduced, somebody please let us in the public who drive vehicles, But for those who enjoy the weather, those who had some issues with it, we are in a position to say that we have passed the worst in terms of Philippe. I want to wish each and every one of you safe passage. Enjoy the rest of the evening, the rest of the week. We hope that nothing major come towards us, and we can, at the end of, November, because I think it's the 1st of November, is the end of the Atlantic hurricane season, say we've fared well throughout another Atlantic hurricane season. Right? So I want to wish you peace, love, much relief for those who are in need, and may God continue to bless us.
Here are your hosts of Value Mart IGA specials running September 21st through October 4th.